What are some of the most amazing destinations that you can visit as a holiday rep? That is actually what we're gonna discuss today on this podcast. This is just because I want you to get more interested in the different destinations that you might visit, and because I have been visiting some of these destinations and they are absolutely some of my favorites. That's why we are gonna talk about them today. My name is Kevin and I'm the host here on the Ultimate Tour Guide podcast. I want to welcome you to this episode because here at Ultimate Tour Guide podcast, we are trying to up the interest of the amazing world that it is about repping. And repping is like a lifestyle, it's a job, but it's absolutely the best opportunity that you can get for upping your skill set. And in the last episode, we were actually talking about the different roles that there is as a rep, tour guide, ski guides, all of them. So if you want to hear more about that, check out the last episode also. But today we're actually gonna dive further into the different destinations that you might visit that I've been on. So let's just continue. So one of the first ones I want to discuss is actually the destination I am at right now. And that is the west side of Crete. It is located here in Greece and it's one of the most, one of the biggest islands that is in Greece. And I really like this destination because there is so much to do. One of the most amazing things that you can do is actually going to some of the most beautiful beaches and islands that is around the area, or even visit the natural lake that is here on the island. And also something that many of us have already heard about is the Samoria Gorge. And the Samoria Gorge is a 5 to 6 hour hike up into the White Mountains, and it's absolutely amazing. And if you do it one day, then you should definitely just look up behind you sometimes and just check the views that you have actually gotten by walking up in the mountains. It's truly amazing. It is mostly forest in the beginning of the walk or the hike, and then later on it will be straight in the sun. So I do recommend you to wear a hat and have plenty of water with you, but do pack light because it is gonna be needed on such a long hike. But at the end you will go and have something to eat, and you can even do bathing. And after that you will actually take the boat over to another place or a little small town, and from there you will take the buses home again. And this is one of the most cool adventures that you can actually do on the west side of Crete. But some of my absolute favorites are actually to visit the Elephanisi Beach, which is like a beach with pink sand. And the fun thing with the pink sand is that some people might think it's colored stones or something else that is around this area, but that is actually not true. It's actually totally natural, the pink sand, because it's made from crushed shells. So the shells gets crushed out in the ocean, and then they get washed up on the shore, so to say. And this is what's creating this pink sand area on Elephanisi. It is a very touristic place, but it's something that you really need to visit if you actually are gonna work here as a destination. Hello guys, it's Kevin here from the future. I just wanted to inform you about our amazing Facebook community that we're building. And just go to Facebook and type in Ultimate Tour Guide and you will find our community there, and you're gonna get so much good updates from there and help us grow the community. So now let's continue with the podcast. Then I actually have Grambosa also, which is a really cool boat trip, so to say, that you really need to do when you're here. And if you're a guide, you will most probably just go on these to study, which is super cool. So you don't really have to do much more than studying the tour, see how you like it, and also how you can tell the stories about these tours later on when you're meeting guests. So the cool thing with the Grambosa is that you're actually going to 2 different islands. One of them is the Grambosa Island, where there's actually a Venetian castle on top. And you can actually walk up here. It takes around 15 minutes. And I think all of you can agree that that is not much. So when you get up there, you can kind of have these like amazing panoramic views around the whole island itself. It's really cool. I think it actually was more of a pirate stop or pirate island in the beginning, and it was actually a very, very good stronghold with this island here. That is why the castle is also placed on top, because it was so good at protecting the rest of the west side of Crete. And after that you will then move on to something called Balos. And that is also like a half island, so to say. It is a little bit connected to the mainland, but it is super cool, and it's more of a blue lagoon. Here is like super cool beaches and some more rocky areas that you go through. But when you are through there, it's like super nice waters, and just to dip in the super nice, like refreshing waters is just amazing when you get here. So as I said before, there is also, for example, Cornish Lake, which is super cool place to visit also. And it's like a natural lake actually here on the island. And it's actually said that the depth of this little lake, it's not so big, but it's very deep. And they have said, it's said actually that it's not found like the bottom of this lake yet. But we don't know. Maybe they will find the bottom of this lake eventually, and hopefully so. So there is no monsters or anything else hitting under the surface. But yes, the Crete island is just amazing. There's so much to do. The food is just super great, and also the people. I've been visiting here as a rep for 2 times now, and I can just say I'm super happy to come back here, and every time I do, I'm just very happy to be back. With all this said, this is just a brief what you can visit on Crete, for example, and then also there is so much more that you can do if you actually go by car. And especially when you're going with a car, you can go to the other side of the island in just a couple of hours. You can reach the other side of the island in just like 4 to 5 hours, and that's just really, really cool. But if you leave Crete for a little while and go over to Cyprus. Cyprus is actually one of my most amazing places that I visited, and that is why it comes on the second here on the list, because the third one is gonna be the best one. So if we say about Cyprus, I have done so much here on this island, and I can just say it's mostly like I'm just speechless of this destination. So about the destination itself, it's also a pretty big island, but you can go across to the other end of the island in roughly 2 hours. So they have really good roads, so it goes very fast to reach the other side of the island. But here you can also do loads on loads of stuff, and it's very popular for its beaches and really nice sceneries. And then also don't forget about the monasteries that is located on Cyprus. It's super cool. One of my absolute favorite things to do here on the island was actually to go on a catamaran and just enjoy the really nice blue lagoons that is around the area. Especially the one that was located near Ayia Napa, where I was living. And Ayia Napa is usually just known for its partying, but it is actually a super cool place for more than just parties. It's super cool for connecting with people. You can do so much things that I didn't think that was possible there. It's really nice buildings and museums, and then you also have like loads of shopping. So I actually got one of my latest tattoos actually here in Cyprus, and that guy was super cool, so shout out to him. What was the place called? Yeah, I don't remember what the place was called right now, but I will probably put them down in the description if people are interested in knowing. The most like what do you say, popular place to visit when you're actually in Ayia Napa, where I was living, is actually Nissi Beach. So Nissi Beach is one of the most like searched places about Ayia Napa, and this is where most people want to go or have been already. They have like this huge beach which is super cool, and then there is loads of like beach parties around the area, or there is on another side of the beach itself where it's more like family friendly, not so much party and beach bars. And then as I'm talking about, there is on the more, what do you say, the right side of the beach is more parties and loads of bars. So this is super cool. So if you are here visiting, I'm pretty sure you're gonna visit Nissi Beach and you're gonna love it. Something else to visit also in Cyprus is Paphos itself. And here I actually went with a car. So we actually went up into the mountains and through the mountains, which is called Troodos Mountains, by the way. Here is where we found something that is called Adonis Baths. So we almost got absolutely lost while going here, and it was super scary. And people don't recommend you to go one of the roads up there because it's very rocky and shaky. But we went, and the result of actually coming to the Adonis Baths in the end is just absolutely amazing. I've done plenty of videos of the place itself, so it's just a total recommendation to go to this place. Even if it's scary to go there, you're never gonna regret that you actually went there and took a bath in the Adonis Baths. And also, it's very refreshing, the water. It can be very cool. So, and also Cyprus is very hot, so it's just a really good combination of being very hot and a very cool waterfall. Super cool. So that was about Cyprus itself. What I want to go into next is more of like Thailand and Phuket. This place has been absolutely amazing. It was a short season because, you know, pandemics and stuff. But what I could do there in my several months I was there, I think it was roughly 4 months, so almost a full season. And it was just absolutely amazing. I don't think I have explored a place so much as I have with Thailand. And that makes it very unique for me to have explored so much, because this place is like wherever you go, it's just beautiful and amazing. And the people is truly amazing also, both to work with and actually just having as your friends, and you befriend them very easy. And if you go to a same restaurant several times, it's like you're best friends now if you're just nice to the people around. I've been to many of the islands that was there also, so Similan Island, and those islands are like absolutely amazing for snorkeling, for example, which is something I really love. So if we have any snorkeling people out there listening, yes, please tell me that you love snorkeling in anywhere that you can contact me. And it's just absolutely amazing to be able to visit these really cool coral reefs that is full of life and fishes everywhere. It's just truly beautiful. With the Thailand itself, it was super easy to go to work, and I was actually driving, which is on the left side for me, and because I'm from Sweden, that is not something I'm used to, but I did get used to it very fast. So that is something that is super cool about Thailand. And the Phuket area itself is like, I thought it was super big, you know, but it goes super fast to go through the whole area. And I actually didn't expect it to be like so easy to go around the whole place. So some places that you really need to visit here is actually Lahan Promthep, which is the place where everyone goes for a sunset, for example. So if you want to go to a place where the sunset is the most beautiful here on Thailand, in Phuket, absolutely you need to go to Lahan Promthep. And I think I visited there like several times just when I felt like I need to relax or I felt very stressed out or anything. I came to this place and it just feels like you're feeling so relaxed because it's so beautiful and you can see all the boats out in the ocean and taking dogs out there, and it's super cool. I actually went there with a boat trip once, and that one was super cool. Shout out to Lotta that actually owns this boat. It was super nice. And if you go there, absolutely go with her and her little boat. It's like a small wooden boat that they have rebuilt. And it's truly amazing and she takes care of you. So if you're hungry, you are not gonna be hungry when you get off the boat because she gives you plenty of food and drinks. But enough of that. So if you actually go into Phuket, there is plenty to do. There is this super cool shopping center, which is 2 mega buildings, and you can actually go between them over the roads. So it's super cool. Here you have, for example, a 4D cinema, which is super great. And you can actually have VIP in these. So you get your own sofa and you have like, what do you call it? All inclusive or unlimited access to popcorn and drinks. And that is absolutely amazing for the price. The ticket for these was actually 30 euros for the VIP, but that is truly a good price for something of a cinema when you get unlimited access of drinks and popcorn. But yes, when we are visiting Phuket, you need to go around the small areas. You can go up in the small mountains. There is like the monkey mountains, where it's called that because there's loads of monkeys and you have a good chance of seeing them. Just remember that when you are visiting or you're telling guests, for example, to go here, do remember that they shouldn't have any loose stuff on them, because sometimes the monkeys will actually steal, and you don't want to lose maybe your phone or your camera when you're filming them or anything. But otherwise they're very friendly usually, and they love to get some food, and it's truly cool how like attached they can become to you. But yes, be careful if you're having some loose items on you so they don't take it from you. And then I want to just have some quick mentions of some places that I've been also to, which is really nice. And these are the Canary Islands. So for example, we have Gran Canaria, which is one of the most visited places for the Nordic people, I'd say. So everyone goes here from any age, and I know so many people that has been here. So with their parents or with their loved ones, anything, it's just a super popular destination. So I'm very sure if you come out as a guide one day, you will most definitely end up on Gran Canaria one day. And then after that we have a place called Lanzarote, which also is one of the Canary Islands. And this one is more of a volcanic island. It's super cool. The scenery is just absolutely amazing. I know people that don't like it because it's like, oh, it seems so dead or whatever. And that is because there's not much like forestation because of the volcanic ash that is around the whole island. But don't get that discouraged because it's super cool. And when you actually come out on Timon Faya, which is a national park there, that is a super cool place, and you can actually get food on the top of an like active volcano, and it's super cool with that restaurant up there. But also something cool with Lanzarote is that I think this is the place where the most amazing wine that I know is from. I'm not a big wine drinker, but the best wines I've tasted has actually come from Lanzarote or the area. So that is absolutely a recommendation for you guys if you're ever visiting. I guess that everything here that I've been discussing today, they need their own episode eventually, but that will come in a future because we are gonna focus more about getting excited about different destinations. Maybe that is what you actually want, and then please tell me so. And actually, if you do get any good stuff from this podcast, or you liked something special, please give us a review so we know what you like and you don't like. So that would be super cool. So just review us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify podcasts, and yeah, I would be super grateful if you did. And if you're watching the YouTube version, please just comment down below, like and subscribe. But before we end off this podcast, I just want to say that there are so many more destinations out in the world that you can visit as a tour guide. There's so many places that you can't even count them on your hands, basically, because there's so many places. And if you wish to do maybe round tours in Thailand, or you just want to be normal hotel rep in Greece, for example, or maybe you want to do like super cool adventures and safaris in Africa, like there is so many possibilities for you as a tour guide. And that is why I want you to get excited about tour guiding. And that is what Ultimate Tour Guide is all about. Get you excited, get you out there and start traveling. So until next time, thank you so much for listening to this podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.